Let's talk about objectives. Specifically, this concept that the more precise your objective, the easier it is to figure out what you should do, the strategies and tactics to do it. So I recently was on a call. Somebody asked a question. I asked very simply, what's your objective? They stated their objective back to me, and I said, I think you just answered your question. This happens literally all the time. When you clearly define your objective, the strategies and the tactics that you should use to do that naturally just sort of fall out of that objective and become obvious. Now, it's important to realize that objective needs to be clearly stated. So, for example, build my business is not a precise objective. Build my email list by 1,000 people in the next 3 months is a precise objective. Create a YouTube channel where every video gets 1,000 views in the next 6 months is a precise objective. Get 300 people to attend my webinar on blank. By the way, now notice this. It doesn't say get 300 people to register for my webinar. It says get 300 people to attend my webinar on such and such a date. Why? Because if your objective is to get 300 people to register for it, that's an entirely different objective than to get 300 people to attend my webinar. You do things differently by going that next step down from register to attend, because that puts other obligations on you to get people to actually attend. And so one of the things that makes objectives even more precise is to step further down the funnel to the next step, because that can make all the difference in the world. So too often we start with the tactics. So for example, someone will say, I want to hold a summit. Well, why do you want to hold a summit? And basically the answer comes back to somebody told me I should. I read about it on a Facebook group. I bought this course from somebody that said I should hold a summit. I attended a webinar that was talking about how cool summits are. And what ends up happening is, because you didn't start with an objective, you don't have anything in the end. So there are certain objectives that a summit does really well at. It does really well at building an email list. It does okay at selling a product. But define which one of the what it is that you're after, and then determine whether holding a summit is what it is that you really want to do. So here's another one. Create a podcast. Well, why do you want to create a podcast? Well, because I heard it was a great thing. No, that's not a precise objective. That's starting with the strategy as opposed to saying, I'm trying to do X. Once you've defined what it is that you want to do, then you can define whether that strategy is right. Here's another one. Build a membership site. The challenge is this. Every one of these will be different based upon the objective that you've set. So if you've set an objective to do X, and let's say you wanted to build a membership site, you might do that membership site totally different if your objective is to do X versus if your objective is to do Y. So the core thing here is to start with that objective, make it specific, and then figure out the strategies and tactics that will deliver that. Now, let me just step back here for just a moment. The problem of the world, especially the internet marketing world, is that almost always we start with the strategy. Why? Because we got 52 emails that say we should go buy John Doe's program on X. And so we go and spend $2,000 on John Doe's program on X. And he does an amazing job of selling us on why we should do X. But if X is not strategically in alignment with what is right for us and our business and what it is that we have as an objective right now, then you should not, first off, even get those emails. Second off, buy that program. Third off, decide that you're going to do that. It's not the right thing for you. So my suggestion is you sit down and you say, what are the key things that will make my business become more of what I want it to be? Set a series of 1 to 3 objectives along that area. And then say, all right, what are the strategies? What are the tactics that will best deliver that objective? Then once you've decided that, then go and buy the training or get the coaching or study up on the free content out there that enables you to be able to deliver that objective. Start with the important stuff, not the stuff underneath. This makes sense? Have you done this? Have you started with the strategy or tactic? I have hundreds of times. I still do. This is one reason why I'm doing this, is because I need this reminder. So I created this as much for myself as it is for you. Let me know your experience. Let me know your mistakes. Let me know your objectives so that I can help you with those. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.